Okay, we're solving some exponential equations. So we have something with an e in it. It has to equal 4. We're going to make the e go away by taking logs, but we can't do that till we've got rid of the 3. So deal with the 3 first, get e to the power x equals something, and then use ln to find out what x is. So that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, and now we've got to solve this equation. Okay, now this, the question is giving away the fact that this can turn into this. So this is actually a quadratic equation in disguise. We're told to take y equals e to the x, so that means that this term is easy to write in terms of y. So your only real challenge is to take this e to the minus x and think, if y equals e to the x, then what does this minus cause? What does a negative power cause? So this bit here is going to be related to y, but as soon as you've used the negative power correctly, you get an equation with y's in it, which you then transform, or should be able to transform, easily into this. So that's really quite friendly. Now, the next bit, this was show that, so of course this was your end point, and the next one is then a hence, which means this is going to be your start point. So even if you couldn't do any of this question up to now, we have a re-entry point, okay? We know that we are using that to solve this, but instead we can ignore that, at least to begin with, because this is the equation we have to solve. And look, it's a quadratic, so we're going to get at least some easy marks for solving a quadratic. And then, after you solved your quadratic and you've got 2 answers for y, okay, we then need to use the fact that y was e to the x. So these are actually answers for e to the x. But if you could do part A, you actually did a harder version of this. You've got e to the x equals 2 possibilities, so you can use ln to find out what x is. Now, if either of these is negative, you should know what to expect. So you may get some values that don't lead to valid solutions for x, but potentially at least you've got 2 solutions for x, and that should be 3 fairly easy marks.